Very good morning class and welcome back. In the last class, we began with a new chapter, that chapter number 6, Our Government. In the chapter, we discussed the outlines of the chapter, what we need to study, what we have to study about it. I gave you a brief introduction of the chapter about the democratic form of government. What is the democratic form of government? If you remember the definition of Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as government of the people, by the people and for the people. Sometimes the question is asked, what was the definition of democracy given by Abraham Lincoln? So do keep in mind, Abraham Lincoln defines democracy as government of the people, government of the people, by the people and for the people. Abraham Lincoln says that democracy is गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द पीपल, ये लोगों के द्वारा चुने जाते हैं, लोगों के लिए, बाय द पीपल फॉर द पीपल. So you have to keep in mind what is the definition of democracy according to Abraham Lincoln. Okay, this we have come across in chapter number 5. This chapter will understand what is the democratic form of government. In a democratic form of government, the representatives are chosen by the citizens of the country. The citizens of the country choose their leaders by franchising their voting rights. They have voting rights. I talked about UAF. UAF. That is Universal Adult Franchising. Universal Adult Franchising says that whenever a person turns 18 in India, he is given the right to vote, right to cast vote. Means you are allowed to take a decision who could be your leader, who could help you out in the development of the society and development of the country overall. So you need to choose according to your mental status, according to your acceptance level. You choose. That is under the description of UAF, Universal Adult Franchising. It gives you a right to cast the vote in favor of the people who stand for election. See, after independence, when the constitution was framed, the framers of the constitution understood that India is a union of states. India is a union of states and it cannot be managed by a single person. Such a big country cannot be managed by a single person. So there was a division, or there was a subdivision, you can say, wherein the central and the state government, both of them, they go parallel with each other. Whatever a central government decides, the state government follows. And whenever a state government is in need of fund, in need of help, the central government is always there to help out. This division was basically so that a good care can be taken of each individual. At the state level even, the districts are sub-categorized, blocks are categorized, panchayats are categorized, so that care reaches to every individual. No person should be left out, but everyone should be treated equally. These all are under the ambit of the central government only. So, the division of central and state government gave them a responsible powers through which they could use and develop and grow the society and the country overall. Then we come across the law-making body, that is the parliament, wherein the whole parliament is categorized into two different parts, lower house and the upper house. Lower house is even called as the Lok Sabha and the upper house is called as the Rajya Sabha. That we'll see today. I'll begin from the chapter, our government, page number 36. The democratic form of government is one which has collective sanction behind it. It is a government of the people, by the people and for the people. This is what is the democratic form of government means. And this method, this system was given by Abraham Lincoln. He was the one who coined this phrase, term, government of the people, by the people and for the people. So do keep in mind, sometimes it is asked who gave or what was the definition of democracy according to Abraham Lincoln. A democratic government is the government in which the citizens have the right to participate in the governing process and in making important decisions for the welfare of the whole society. Governing process here means that you have the right to cast vote. You have the right to participate in the electoral process. With your votes, things can change. It is a great power in the hands of the citizens. According to your knowledge, according to your understanding, according to your own judgment, you can choose the people who you wish that he or she may help in the growth of the society or the country. India became independent on 15th August 1947 and its constitution was adopted on 26th January 1950. This you all know that the constitution was adopted on 26th January 1950 and the drafting committee head was Bhim Rao Ambedkar. He, along with other ministers or other helpers, framed the constitution. India is a union of states. India, when we say India, it means it is a union of states. Many states together summarize India. It is a vast country with 29 states and 7 union territories. A single government cannot govern a big country like India. This is what I told you. It becomes very difficult for a single person to look after every affair. That is why the things are sub-categorized. So the government has been formed at two levels. One at the central level and other at the state level. Central level is looked after by the Prime Minister, President, Vice President, whereas at the state level it is looked by the Chief Minister, Governor and other members. One at the central level and another at the state level. Powers have been distributed between both the levels in order to avoid conflict. Now there are distinguished power in both. Central government has different power, state government has different power. But their motto or their aim is to uplift the name and fame of India, to bring a balanced growth for India. During any crisis, the central government comes to the aid of the state government. I told you, whenever the state government is in need of any help, it is the central government who stands like a guardian, who stands like a parent and helps the state government in whichever manner he or she can. Class will put a stop over here. In the next class, we shall discuss about the parliament and the two divisions.